everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Silly Crafting with Silly Baby. Today we will be working on our nails, and as you can see, mine's already done. Just because I filmed the how-to video yesterday, but I didn't do an intro or an outro, so this is what we're working with. We're going to do super glittery nails, and I'm also going to show you how to encapsulate butterflies using dual forms. So let's get started. We're going to need a UV light. This one's really old, but it still does the job. You're going to need some paper towels, your dual forms, your brush. I might be using this stuff later, so this pencil is great for picking up the diamonds. A nail filer, of course. Then we're going to need our gels. I'm using light pink and clear. And then this is the alcohol. It's just alcohol for the brush. And some primer. So my nails are doing really bad. I only have 3, and the others I kind of chewed off because it's finals week and I get stressed, so they're not doing that great, but it's okay, we're gonna fix that. So I start off by dumping a little bit of the liquid in the cap, and I put this right next to my paper towel. Then I take my dual forms and I take the sizes that I'm going to use out. I just find it easier having them out. That way I kind of have an idea of what my design is going to be. I'm going to start off by giving my nails a little bit of a buff. I just want to get all the shininess off from my nail and make it a little rigid so it sticks better. Just like that. Now they are nice and buffed. Since this is the color that I'm going to use to paint them, it's a very glittery color. I don't really care what the base gel is, so I'm going to use light pink for the ones that I'm going to paint over anyways. And for the clear ones, this is where I'm going to show you guys how to encapsulate the butterflies and make sure they don't move around. So now that they are nice and buff, we're going to go in with our primer and just push. Just make sure you cover the whole nail bed. What I like to do is put my gels on top of my UV lamp like that. That way they get warm and they get a little bit softer and they're a lot easier to work with. First, I want to prep my nails. So I'm going to go in with a thin layer of the light pink, starting with my thumbnail. So now I'm going to squeeze a small dot right like this. And from here, I'm going to take my brush, dip it in the liquid, make sure it softens up a little bit, like that. And we're going to go in and just spread a nice thin layer all around the thumbnail. Okay, so now there is a nice thin layer. It's really hard to see because it's a really light color, but I'm going to go ahead and just put this one right inside the lamp to cure. And this little trick I kind of learned by just trial and error. If you do one layer and then do another layer and then that layer you put on your nails, gel comes out with a better thickness. And if you were using a color gel, it comes out with a lot better coverage. So I really suggest you do that. Even if you're not using a color, it's really good to just do layers by layers. So again, I'm going to keep going with the rest of the nails. Just do one thin layer, then cure them. Now that we have a thin layer on all our nails, we're going to go in and just do our second layer. Do a little bit thicker here, just like this. And again, do the same thing, just spread it out as evenly as possible. Now that we have our nice thin layer, we are going to go ahead and just flip it around and place it on top of our nails. Push against the cuticle first and then let it spread out on its own. Don't push too hard, just enough to get that little bubble out of the way. If you have a clip like this, use it. It just helps hold your nail a lot better. And now flip it over. And all that gel that like came out in the inside here, just spread it out. Once it looks good, we can go ahead and place it inside our UV light for about 30 seconds. I like to leave the dual forms until I'm done with all of the nails, so I'm just going to keep going and grab my next nail and add the next layer. Make sure you get it thick enough because this is where you want the thickness for the end to go. I have 2 nails done so far, and now I want to add some of my butterflies. Okay, and here we're going to do 1 thin layer of the clear, and before drying this one, we are going to be adding our little butterflies because it's sticky right now, and it's going to be a lot easier to apply like that. So just add your butterflies wherever you want to add. You can see here my little butterflies are attached, and how they are here is how they're going to look on top. So now we can go ahead and dry this. Same thing for the other one. Now that my gel has cured with my little butterflies inside, we're going to do another layer of the clear gel and just do another coat, but make sure this one's a little bit thicker. And since the butterflies were attached when the first layer of gel was wet, they're not going to move. Now that I have all my nails on, it is time to remove the dual forms. All I do is just press on the edge and wiggle them around. You're going to start lifting, and then I just insert my nail in between and move it across, and then lift so easily like this. So just keep going, squeeze, wiggle, and then just insert your nail. And I'm gonna leave my dual forms here because I'm actually gonna have to do the other hand later. But now we have our nice nails. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and cut them because I don't want them this long. Just gonna cut a little bit off the top, like this. Now I'm gonna go ahead with my nail buffer and then just buff around and give them a better shape. Now that I have a good shape, I want to add my nail polish. So we have to remove all the shine from the top of the nail. I just grab my block here and just go on the top of all the nails like this. Now that I have removed all the shine, we are first going to be using our base gel and just adding a nice thin coat to all the nails. And now we're gonna go and cure it for 1 minute. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab our nail polish and add our first layer to our nails. Like this. And I want to add a little more glitter to the ones with the butterflies, so I'm gonna just grab a nice thin layer and brush it kind of on top, like where the butterflies are, to give them like an extra little bit of shininess. Like this, and we're gonna cure that again 1 minute. Now we're gonna go in one more time with the color to add a second layer of glitter just to finish it off. Once again, cure for 1 minute. Last step is just adding your favorite top coat. And now we're gonna cure 1 more minute. So now that my hand is curing, I'm gonna go ahead and do the second hand, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product. So now that I have finished both my hands, we're gonna add some cuticle oil. I found this at the dollar store. It's supposed to be for your face, but it smells really good and it's an oil that I like to use for my cuticles. So just go ahead and just rub it all around your fingertips. It also smells so good. It's like sweet, like coconut and roses, so I love it. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I appreciate the support. My channel's still a baby, so thank you so much. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Share to your friends how I do my beautiful nails. Also, please make sure to go over to my Instagram, sillycrafting_, for a lot more videos and you can see what I'm up to. So, thank you.